For the West Branch Bears, they're showing up as short serves. Their passers are back a little bit, and it's hard to pass those balls that are landing just at the 10-foot line.
Madison Simon with the ace serve. 92.9% success rate from her serves. And it's a 5-point lead. As we talk about, some of the newer, larger school gyms, you don't have the problems, the issues with the rafters. You do in some of the smaller ones. And many of these athletes are used to playing in these, but certainly at West Branch, it's been a little bit tricky for the Comets.
Well, when these teams are at state, they won't have that problem. So,
no.
a lot can change on that because you're so used to the ball going in a certain direction. If something stops it, it throws you out of your system.
Madeline Simon. Run the quick, Daufel. Point for the Comets.
That's a great set. Now, if I were them, I'd even try and get that even a little bit quicker, where Daufel is in the air just a little bit sooner, and Simon can just put it right into her hitting hand.
At the net they go the quick, and it's put away. Haley Pola. 41% kill efficiency this season, and a good swing right there to get West Branch back with the serve.
Well, it's nice that Pola has a wide range of what she can hit. They play her on the outside. She's the tallest player on the team, but they play her on the outside because she's got a hammer. But when they need her to come in for a quick set, she can do that too.
Daufel dug up by Madison Russell. Pound by Pola. And that's a point for West Branch. Daufel. He almost saw that one coming. And she tried to beat the defense there. The libero Molly Kelly, who will be playing at the University of Iowa. Back set Pola. Kelly digs it up. Simon goes over to Reidenstein. And West Branch again. Pola off the block. And the Comets keeping it alive. Boy, I hope somebody calls a timeout. We need a break from watching that rally. That's just exhausting.
And we were just sitting here.
Taking it all in. Net serve.
Ryan, before it gets too late in the set, I'd like to talk a little bit about Molly Kelly, the libero for West Liberty, who's going to Iowa. I don't actually know when she was recruited by Iowa, but Iowa has a new coach this year, Bon Chemansky. And he likes to recruit players who have a little bit of an edge. They're feisty, they're spunky, and I think Kelly's going to fit right into that system. She has a never say die attitude. She goes for every single ball.
Right now she's trying to convince
Plead
the
her
referee.
case, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Coaches and all the players also taking a peek.
Too bad they aren't closer to us so we could hear them.
Should we mic them?
Yeah, that'd be fun. The line
Not
judge
always.
looks certain about what he called, though.
That's a Commet point. Jastrzębski wants an explanation. And the second referee giving Josh the explanation. Meanwhile, Rubin. Let's see if we can see it here.
Nope. Both players on both sides, they each thought it went their way. So kind of hard to tell.
Madison Russell off the block of the Comets and the point.
Well, that's a great swing. That high off the blocker's hands, and she hit it deep off the court on the other side of the net. Really hard to chase down. That's a great swing.
Dahlfeld blocked at the net. And the free ball over by Molly Kelly. Kuski. It's put away by Russell again.
Again, Russell's doing a great job of mixing up her shots. First, the last kill was high off the hands. That one was deep cross court.
Over their front row block, but right there was Simpson. Whoop, there's a lift. Nope, into the net. West Branch was into the net, and the violation.
Russell knew she was too. She had the guilty look. She knew it when the whistle blew. She knew she had been caught. Oh.
Russell goes too long. Point Comets.
Well, from Russell's reaction, I think she thought the ball was in. But the line judge was certain about the call being out. There was no block up.
Powerful swing.
Huge swing.
It's time to go at Canute that time. There's Pola there. Reidenstein, not yet. Opposite side, Russell. Dug out of there by Copen of West Liberty. The down ball by Molly Keller. And at the net, Morales puts it away. Timeout as we take a look. Morales comes creeping up and just extends herself. Trickles over the net and the point for the Comets, and they have a 7-point lead here, trying to tie it up in this fourth set.
Well, and right now, West Branch is just trying to stop the bleeding. They just need to get a side out, get a point, and kind of calm down. Whereas West Liberty needs to push that pedal to the metal and keep it going.
West Branch still in conversation with Josh Kuski.
We talk about this every so often, but right now, and I'm not trying to jinx anything, but right now, Dahlfeld really needs to get the serve in. They have the momentum going. Even if it's an easy serve, she just needs to get the serve in. So I'm sorry if we just created a jinx.
Spoken like a true player and coach.
Oh, good.
I've set many broadcasting jinx, so don't feel bad.
Well, I don't want to.
And some coaches actually reminded me of it. Cross court in the attempt. Russell gets dug out of there. The overpass Morales. Duel at the net. This time try to dump it over on two. Cassidy Simon. West Branch recovers. And Dahlfeld with the dig. Morales with the down ball there. Quick set in the middle. Put away by Abby Canute, the sophomore. West Branch gets within 6.
A little miscommunication there on West Liberty's side. I think Morales wanted to go behind the setter and hit a slide, and I think Simon heard maybe 2, and I don't know what they call their different sets, but that's sometimes difficult, especially in a gym this loud.
Leneska serve. Bridenstine blocked at the net. Simon goes to Bridenstine again, and it's dug out by Pola. Pola sends it over. Now for the Comets. Simon Morales in the middle. Pola's right there. Dumped over on 2. Morales hits the ground. And on the third shot, Bridenstine, she avoids the net as well. Russell! Point West Branch.
Russell's showing us she's got that shot too. That was a sharp cross-court shot inside the 10-foot line. It did hit the net, but it was still a nice sharp angle, and the defense was too sucked in to be able to dig that ball.
Simon sets it. Put away. Oh, we had a good angle of that one, Bridenstine.
Bridenstine did a nice job. The set was a little bit inside the antenna, and she kind of hit it with a little bit of a floppy hand, but she had no block, so she had a nice wide open shot at it.
2014. Fans were hoping, but not yet. That one just cleared the antenna. Simon to Morales, but she hits it into the net. And she knew she made a mistake. Point for West Branch.
Well, we're seeing the defense that both coaches talked about before the match. Both teams are putting everything out there.
Pola. Dahlfeld with the dig out of there. And the Comets can't get back over there in time. And West Branch. Russell to serve. Simon Morales run the slide there. Pola. And it's out.
Well, that time, Simpson thought that there would be a blocker up against her, so she was trying to brush it off her hands, and no blocker went up, so when she brushed it outside the court, it went completely outside the court.
Breaks the momentum there, and the point for West Liberty. I thought I heard a whistle, and that's what Josh Lukuski is saying. I thought I heard a whistle right before the serve was initiated.
Well, the timing was interesting, and he let it go. So what we're talking about is it seemed like the server was in motion to serve before the whistle went. The contact was still made after the whistle. It's just a weird timing.
Nice hustle by Cassidy Simon. Rebound over by Molly Kelly. Now for West Branch. Pola pulls it off the block, and she puts it away. The junior Bailey Lukuski. Get a nice serve. Dahlfeld. Back set at Morales.
That's a tough play. The ball was 8 or 9 feet off the net, and when you're running around for a slide, it's hard to get your feet behind the ball. But again, in a situation like this, just keep it in.
It is down, a serve. The Comets played off it. Thinking it would sail out, but the line judge calls it in. Another nice serve. Blocked at the net. And kept in play by Cale Berg in the left side of the net. But there's a point for West Branch. And they battle back. Timeout.
This is awesome. This atmosphere, it's like being at the state tournament. It's so loud. Both teams' fans have so much spirit. Right now, Coach Galvan has got to be talking about his team about ball control. You know, get a pass to the setter. Let's run our offense. Let's get this side out. And West Branch is doing what I think they're saying is what I said Coach Galvan was saying last time. Pedal to the metal. Keep it going. But momentum changes so quickly in the sport of volleyball.
Well, you could just look at those 5-set state tournament scores. I mean, you don't have to ask West Branch about that St. Albert game in their first ever state tournament appearance where they lost the last set 15-13. Just such a competitive ball game. Over the front row block, but West Branch right there to play the D. Simpson. Good hustle by Cassidy Simon. And sputters forward. Pola. She tries to dink it over. They'll come back over. Gilbert can't get it. Kept in play, Molly Kelly. Comets get the point.
The refs are having trouble communicating with the scorekeepers because it's so loud.
The scorekeepers are only about 7 feet away. In the middle. Good dig out of there by Molly Kelly. And the Comets.
I really don't know how West Liberty is digging Pola every single time. She's hammering that ball.
Running start, but into the nets. Kayla Kailberg, a block was set up. And I think perhaps maybe last second indecision on where she wanted to direct it. And the Bears refuse to go away. Still at set point. Simpson. Pass by Simon. The quick. Over the block. Pola plays it up. She'll get it back. No, it is outside the antenna. Point for West Branch.
Well, and things are just a little bit chaotic right now. When things get like that, expect the leaders on the floor to just kind of calm everybody down and play the next ball.
Dahlfeld pounds it, but dug up. Pola. Down the line, and it's good! (25-22), and we'll play 5.
All I have to say is I am glad I'm not coaching. I'd be having a heart attack right now.
2-2, West Branch and West Liberty. Back with the 5th set on KCRG 9.2. Told you this would be a boring match, Barb. Ryan Schlater, Barb Randall. We are going to the 5th set. 25-23. Comets won the first set. West Branch comes back 25-18. They'll win the third 25-18. And West Liberty holds on for a 25-22 margin. And they'll stay on the same side of the court as they did for the 4th set.
Well, and this set only goes to 15, win by 2, so it may end up being 25-23.
You think Barb's making a joke, but she's not. Oh, let's just applaud the effort here for both sides. I mean,
well,
you talk about the chemistry, you talk about the enthusiasm, how well these teams are playing together. I mean, man, I'm ready for the postseason to begin for both of these teams.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say, is this is a perfect time of year for this type of match. It gets you ready. The Road to State starts in a couple weeks, just I think 2 weeks from right now. And this is a perfect time for this match. These schools are both in different classes, so they won't see each other, but it's a great warm-up for that kind of competition.
West Branch starting their own volleyball tradition. West Liberty bringing it back. Of course, there's a lot of family members. You have some aunts that have played on some of those 90s teams of West Liberty and folks are familiar with. So we go to 15, maybe. Riley Becker, the outside hitter.
Becker disguised that well. The trajectory looked like it was going to go sailing out of bounds, but it landed right on that end line.
Becker's had a good game here today. She's been put in different roles, substituted in during the last moment to play the back row, also the front row. Madison Russell, tough serve to handle, and aided by the net there. Tied up at 1.
That's a great hard swing. That's a nice angle. It's just a little bit too far outside. She just needs to bring that angle back in a little bit, and that'll be a kill. That's an awesome swing.
Ruben Gavon, you can tell by his motion, she just needs to go down with it a little bit more. The outside, and again, that one floats on her. And the Bears take a 3-1 lead. Serve continues for Abby Canute. One floated. Cassidy Simon sent it off to the left side, and that one's put away by Haley Dahlfeld.
Again, that pass was perfect. Simon set it outside a little quicker than what she could if the pass wasn't perfect, and Dahlfeld was there ready to hammer that ball. The block couldn't get out there in time. Starts with a perfect pass.
The Summer Kopit serve. Pass by Russell. Comes back to Russell. Gets blocked. It's down. Point West Branch. And when you have a shorter set as the 5th is, you got to get behind things. You don't have a lot of time to react. You got to get going. Russell tools it off the block, and the Bears continue onward, up by 3. Leneskis. Russell comes up for it. Bridenstine again. Dug out by Delana Crone. The defense by West Liberty. It is too high on the shot. And the Bears in command on this 5th set.
Well, and it looked like Pola wanted to play at that time, but she pulled her arms back just in the nick of time.
Now there's all kinds of different tape or paint, if you will, on the court that you can see on your camera here, but the ones that count, it is of a lighter color, as you can see on the outside.
Well,
right. So utilize different courts throughout your seasons, what have you, but it's certainly well within your regulations, and the line judge right there to make the calls. Ruben Gavon, assistants Brittany Vafelli, Veronica Rivera. Net serve. Timeout helps. Defensive specialist Simon Madeline. Cassidy remains in the game. Russell tries to put it away. There's a joust at the net. Russell. Molly Kelly tries to play it up. That's a lift on West Liberty.
Well, I thought there could have been a net on that play, so I thought maybe it was a late call for the net.
Sends it too long. Comet point. It seemed to be the right call on the lift. So regardless, it's an Audra Bridenstine serve. Pola pushes it over. Simon to Morales. They got it there by Russell. Back send it to Pola. Down the right line.
Oh, there was a touch.
And there was a touch by West Liberty. The linesman fell down, and she quickly had to make the call.
The funny thing is the line judge is trying to chase the ball at the same time that she's making the calls, and she needs to let someone else chase the ball.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the whole gym doesn't know what's going on.
Morales tries a slide, dumped over secretly there on 2, but West Liberty's right there to make a play, but not able to put it down. Simpson tried to sneak it over there. Leneska sees through it. Point for the Bears. River Gavon wants a timeout, or excuse me, not a timeout, but a substitution, I should say, with Kaylee Becker to come in. She'll play the back row. She lets it go, and it's out. Boy, she thought about playing it.
Well, and Lukowski that time was aiming for her. She wanted her to pass it, but Becker said, I don't think I should touch that one, and stepped out of the way before it landed out of bounds.
Cassidy Simon. Quick set. Pola. Gilbert keeps it in play. Becker knocks it over for West Liberty. Here's an attempt for the middle. Again, off the wrestling mat up on top. Simpson to Kelly. The free ball over by Morales. At the net. They run a quick there. And the point goes down for West Branch. Morales gets the fuzzy under the lollipop. Let's take a look at this one right here and watch her just off the net there.
Well, and Morales is just a little too far off the net. After she played that ball over the net, she needs to get right back up to the net and seal that off.
10-5. Put down. West Branch gave it an attempt, but Kayla Kailberg. Applaud West Branch for reacting. You saw some activity to the right. It came off to the left side of the net. But the Comets have some work cut out for them. Here's Madeline Simon, the lefty. Nice serve, and the ace.
That's a great serve for a whole bunch of reasons, but that serve puts the passer right in the lanes of the hitters and their attack pattern, and so it kind of screws up everything. Even if it would have been passed, it would have made it difficult.
Pola.
I think that's the right call. I think that's the right call. I do think it was partially off her hand, but like we said earlier, no part of the ball could hit the floor. And I do think the ball hit the floor. I think that's the right call.
I can't disagree with you here. Let's take a look. Now, Molly Kelly makes a chase at it, tries to do the pancake.
It's hard to tell from that angle. But from our angle, it looked like it hit part of the floor.
Took an unusual carom nonetheless. Another one of those that could have gone either way.
Well, and Molly Kelly was certainly making her case.
Pola's serve. Cassidy Simon. Back to Russell. There's a nice play.
Well,
some trajectory there and some nice spin. Went parallel with the net and placed down, and the point for West Branch, and another timeout for